What is happening, viewers? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have round 4 of the ACR MX5 League this week from Road America. Quick look at the standings before we go on. We've got Bo Dixon on 155, Dylan DaCosta on 102 in second place. We said to look out for him. Anton Semenga on 101 and ourselves on 85. Can we try and push forward to try and get a top 3? Can we stay in that top 5? Too early in the season today. The 2 races tonight. The first one's half decent. The second one, can honestly say one of, if not the best race I have ever taken part in. Make sure you stay tuned till the end. Didn't get much practice in this week, so we keep getting quicker the more laps we do. We've stuck at P6 on the grid for race 1. We are over the moon with that. Let's crack on with the first race. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, on with race 1. Here we go, viewers. Lining up P6. Pretty happy with that after the lack of practice. So what can we make happen from P6? Just coming up to the start line now. Let's see.
Right, Bo Dixon on pole position. Dylan DaCosta in second. We're about to go racing here at Road America. It is round number 5 of this season. Let's get it on. Down towards turn number 1 we will go. Yeah, I try and keep it clean, Rory, but sometimes, you know, it is what it is. Will Dylan DaCosta be able to make a move? I think Dylan DaCosta's under pressure more so from the guy behind, and he can look to go forward. Although Bo Dixon, there is an apex there somewhere, but Bo did not find it. Down towards turn number 2, the door's been left wide open for the Frenchman. Can the TX3 driver configure this move? He's going to go through there side by side. It's going to make them both slow, which means Rich Page should get a run on both of them. Down towards turn number 3, underneath the Sargento cheese truck bridge. We are real cheese people. Down we go into towards turn number 3. Actually, the exit really wasn't that quick for Rich Page. I think you'll find that Enzo Gibbert is going to give an absolute send down in towards turn 3. You got in behind him Mark Cloud as well in that bright yellow car. Next to him is Adam Christopher in the dark blue car.
As we're trying to go around the outside of Mark Cloud for P5, can't quite do it. We're just going to tuck back in behind. So everyone's stayed as they are. So you've got ourselves in P6 up at the front. We've got Bo Dixon, Dylan DaCosta, Enzo Gibbert. Don't forget, second and third, DaCosta and Gibbert, they are from the same TX3 motorsport team. So they are right up with Bo Dixon. They work really well together, those two, normally. But P4, you've got Richard Page, then Mark Cloud right ahead of us. Now, if you keep an eye on Richard Page, he seems to get a slowdown penalty through this long right-hander, so he's got to give back some time. A bit cheekily, he tries to do it on the racing line. So me and Mark Cloud now aren't quite sure where to go. Mark Cloud's going to try and dunk to the inside. We're going to go to the outside. Mark now gets hung out to the outside. We get run out miles wide onto the grass. Not great. Semenga's past the pair of us. Here comes Noemi. She's straight down the inside, Noemi Salai. So she's up into P7. We drop down to P8. Now John Gray's lining us up. They're all having a pop. John Gray goes to the outside. We are going to hold this as best we can on the inside. We need to be nice and deep on the brakes into the right-hander, which we are. We keep that position. Nice. Now, as we come off the right-hander, up ahead of us, Richard Page still trying to give back a slowdown penalty, or he's got a new one. So that's slowing down Noemi and Mark Cloud. We're going to keep our foot in, trying to go around the outside of Noemi. 2 wheels on the grass for the last corner if we can make it happen. Can't quite do it. She's going to pitch us to the apex, and we lose out, and we stay in 8th.
Adam Christopher's dropping down. Wasn't looking forward to this race today, but ultimately, you know, it is what it is. Part of the calendar. John Gray now side by side with him as we go across the line for lap number 1. Bo Dixon leads 3/10 then to Dylan DaCosta. Enzo Gibbert in a bit of no man's land as it stands in third. Semenga, Mark Cloud, Salai, Rich Page, John Gray, and then Adam Christopher is at the back of this train. And then there's a further 4 cars back side by side as well as we send it down towards turn number 1. John Gray is going to run out of road on the exit, but he's got it done. And I think Rich Page is dropping further and further back. P3 on the grid, and in the race it has not gone well here at all. Paul Matthews now involved with those orange stripes and that black Mazda in behind. As Adam Christopher does indeed come through. Paul Matthews looking to get himself involved in that top 9 battle. Kim Lay's behind, Simon Wardle, Lenny de Jong.
So we managed to get back into P8, albeit now John Gray's ahead of us, Richard Page dropped behind us. We are just going to skip towards the end of the lap now, because not much happens in between that. We've just got John Gray right ahead of us. He's got a similar gap up to Noemi, and then Mark Cloud in 5th. We're still bunched up with these guys. John Gray gets an appalling run through that final corner. Miles misses the apex, or misses the apex by miles, and we get a great run. Should have this done by turn 1, to be honest. We are nicely driving past, keep our foot in. and we're already clear of him. We're not going to move back over to the left, though. We don't want to give him the toe, so we're going to stay to the right. The last thing we want to do is tow him along. He's now moved over behind us. Now we move back to the left. Try and break that toe. Get it stopped in for turn 1. Look ahead of us. Mark Cloud and Noemi. They have a little bit of a touch. Mark Cloud spins to the infield. Noemi manages to keep her foot in it. That is P6 now. So Temenga ahead of Noemi, and then us in P6. John Gray behind us. As we make the right-hander onto the long back straight. We're now going to skip quite a way ahead by pretty much 5 minutes. A good sort of 3 laps or so we're going to go ahead, because that's how long it's taken. Noemi's now just caught the back of Temenga. We're nearly on the back of them as they scrap side by side. That's going to hold them both up. Now we've got a really good run. Now it's us 3 all for that top 4 position, or P4 I should say. We're going to back out of this. We don't want to get stuck in here. We're thinking about the straight after this. Try and make something happen there. So just try and focus on getting a good run through this final corner. Off the apex. It looks as though we've done that. We just need to stay in the slipstream. Try and get a good run. I don't know if Noemi or Temenga miss a gear there. We get a great run going down the inside of Noemi Salai now. So we're now dicing for that 5th place. Temenga just ahead of us. Noemi has got toe, which is now helping her draw back side by side with us again. So we're level going into the first corner. Can we stay side by side? We're on the brakes. The rear steps out, but we control it because we're a professional. As we come to the first corner, we're still side by side. We're just trying to sort of duel each other out, trying to get each one to back out of it if we can. We're still going to be side by side. She pinches us onto the curb. Really good driving. The back steps out a little bit and we lose the position. So annoyingly, we are still in P6. We're enjoying the scrap though, as we move ahead to the end of the lap. So we're still back ahead of, or still behind, sorry, Noemi, who is behind Temenga. Coming through to the final corner again, just focusing on getting a good run through this final corner for the long straight up ahead. Noemi gets a shocking run. Rather than pass her though, we're just going to give her a bump. Just stay behind. Push her towards Temenga. Temenga's our fight here. We want to try and get P4. No point scrapping and losing time. We're just going to keep in that slipstream and push Noemi all the way up to the back of Temenga. That's how we're going to get this P4. We keep pushing her along the straight all the way down to turn 1. We're just going to brake before she does for the first corner, so we don't run into the back of her. And we get the run through turn 1 and we're back on Temenga nearly again. We're now going to skip ahead once more towards the end of this lap, where you've now got Temenga just ahead of Noemi. We've just caught up with him. And he's going to now have a slowdown penalty. Unlike Rich Page at the start, he actually moves over to take a slowdown penalty, backs off out of the way. So now Noemi and us are scrapping over P4. The next lap is the last lap. Can we get this done? We get a great run through the right-hander. We're going to try and get to the inside for this next right-hander that's coming up. We're going to have to set it deep on the brakes if we can. We haven't quite got the overlap yet, but we are bang late on the brakes. There we go. Just control the rear. We let it run a bit wide, but that's fine. Noemi's trying to come back on the right-hand side of us. Look, just got an overlap there, but through this left-hander, we should take the position, and we do. She lifts out of it, tucks back in behind us. Now, we don't envisage Noemi making a lunge to this final corner, but she does. Catches us off guard. We get a shocking run through the apex, and now she's drawing up alongside of us. Didn't expect that. We just sort of banged doors a little bit there just to try and slow down her momentum. Bit cheeky. But we've now got to tuck in. We're going on to the final lap. We've lost the position. Look at the run she's got. She's still driving away from us, even with the toe. Final lap. Can we get this P4 back? She's going really defensive. She's going to jink back to the left-hand side. We're going to stay in those wheel tracks so we're in the slipstream as we come down to turn 1. Make sure we get a nice run through there, which we have done. We're going to go to the outside. We get a warning for track limits, but it's just a warning. We're going to go to the inside and duck back to the outside again as she goes defensive. Now get a good run through this right-hander, looking at the back straight. We know we're going to get a good toe. There will be no working together now. We are not going to be pushing her at all. Link straight to the inside. So we've now got the inside for the 90 right and the 90 left at the bottom. Can we get this done? Just drawing up alongside. Both of us flat out. We're just trying to pinch her over to the right as much as we can to give us a wide line in. On the brakes. Can we get it stopped? Yes, we can. We're going to let the car run out wide, but Noemi's still there on the outside. We just come back to give her a little bit of room. So we're not going to put her on the grass. Now into this and that 90 left. Again, she's still with us on the outside, so we're still side by side. Give her a little bit of room to the curb. She's still on the inside of us for the right-hander. Is she going to return the favour, give us a bit of room? Yes, she does. Side by side now for 3 corners. Down to the left-hander. She's still right there next to us. Deep on the brakes. We actually should come off the brakes here and run it out of road, but we don't do that. We still leave her a bit of room, and she's now got the inside for the long right-hander. There we go. We're back into P5. All of that side by side for 4 corners. We still don't get the bleeding move done. Now, unbeknown to us, Noemi now has a slowdown penalty, but she's not going to take it. She knew she had, but she's not going to take it because she wants to race to the line. Fair play, I suppose. And as we so now we're unaware of this, we need to try and make this final position happen. Try and get into the top 4. The top 3 are dicing all ahead of us. We're going to go to the inside. She's going to cover that. We're going to go back to the outside again before we come up to the right-hander. On the brakes. Can we go around the outside? We decide against that, do we? No, we just try and hang it out as best we can. We've got another warning for track limits, but again, not a slowdown penalty. This is all going to be about now trying to get a good run off of this final corner up the straight. We're not going to send it. We've got to get a good run through the apex, try and drag her to the line.
And Bo Dixon is going to lose out. Dylan DaCosta will get second position. Some race this has been. And Bo Dixon championship leader P3. Naomi Salai trying to hold on to P4. But look at Adam Christopher. Adam Christopher is absolutely drag racing his way towards the line. He's going to get beat by Temenga, I think. No, Christopher just... Oh, he does. Temenga does beat him. So Temenga just about beats him.
So we get done by Temenga on the line, scrapping to try and take the place off Noemi. She didn't take the penalty, which meant she got a 30-second penalty anyway, added to the race time. But what a scrap. Awesome stuff. So, on to race 2. The top 8 get reversed. So we start P4. Fancy this one a bit more. What can we make happen? Can we get a podium? Let's see.
So Rich Page starts on pole then. So Rich Page was P8. Paul Matthews was in second position, or was 7th. Here we go. Rich Page takes us away. Then we've got John Gray in 3rd position. Everybody kind of ends up in single file relatively quickly this time around. Remember, we've got to watch out for Enzo Gibbert, Dylan DaCosta and Bo Dixon. They will be running through the pack. They were obviously the quicker drivers earlier on in race number 1. Rich Page, though, who had a bit of misfortune in race number 1, seems to have got it all figured out this time round, and he leads. He's got no one really piling any pressure on. Paul Matthews trying to open up turn number 2, but ultimately he's going to just about stay in behind and actually be very slow here as Adam Christopher now making some inroads on the pack. So he's running all the way down in towards turn number 3. I think now in 3rd position and now in the slipstream of Paul Matthews as well.
We want to be quick here. We want to get things done. We can know those quicker guys are coming behind us. So we're going to look to the inside. We're going to send it down the inside of Paul Matthews. Not giving really any option of the apex. We just take the position. Nice, like that. Really good. Now we've got Richard Page ahead of us. Can we make something happen with him? Again, we want to make this quick. We want to get these moves done because we know that behind us we've got Bo Dixon, DaCosta and Enzo Gibbert all coming. We just need to get through these guys as quick as we can. So we're not really in position to. We don't really think about this movelet. We sort of look to the inside. We do send it down the inside of Richard Page, but not thinking about this one because he's now got the inside for the right-hander, and that means that now we've given up the inside to Paul Matthews behind us as well. Really poor watching that back. Should have thought about that, but we managed to hang it out around the outside of Paul Matthews, keep the position. We just need to try and get ahead of him going down to this right-hander. If we cleared him just, we're going to get the run through here, and we're going to try and line up Richard Page behind us. Now we've got Dylan DaCosta, one of those quick guys who's coming forward, one of the drivers for TX3 Motorsport. We've managed to get around the outside of Richard Page. We're going to send it deep on the brakes, but can we make it happen? He comes back up the inside of us.
I think Adam Christopher's going to run a little bit wide, open that door for Dylan DaCosta. Dylan DaCosta is going to say, thank you very much, I'll have both those spots. He moves up to the lead of the race. So already Dylan has gone up from P7 on the grid to P1 in 1 lap. The other faster drivers have yet to really join him, although Bo is now P4 and P5 for Enzo Gibbert. Very, very nice stuff from everybody. One real incident to speak of, but nothing too crazy. Side by side then between Adam Christopher right now and Rich Page. Bo may be giving a little bit of a bump draft there to Adam Christopher.
He is indeed. Bo decides to work with us, which is quite nice. So he manages to push us through into P2 to try and open up the door for him getting into P3. Doesn't quite happen for him actually, but at least that puts us back onto the into the slipstream at least of Dylan DaCosta. We're going to come down to the right-hander now through that middle. We know we're not quick. We know we're not as quick as Dylan DaCosta. We know we haven't got the pace of DaCosta, Bo Dixon, or Enzo Gibbert, but we've got the toe down this long straight. How much can we close in? We're already thinking if towards the end of this straight, if we can, we need to unsettle him. We're now closing in. We're getting the toe look. We're closing in. We're closing in. Even though we are miles back, we are going to send it down the inside from miles back. We know we can't get the move done. Just to unsettle him. Little bit of a bang. There we go. That's my apex, Dylan. And we get into P1, but we're still side by side. He's now going to turn in on us. Slam from the outside. Unsettles the car. We'll give him that because our move was really cheeky down the inside. But Bo Dixon's now going to come down the inside of us. That's now into P3. Now we've got Enzo Gibbert lining us up behind. Where's he going to go? He's going to send it down the inside of us. A bit like what we learnt on P1 on that one. We're going to hang it round the outside, which gives us the inside for this long right-hander. The only thing is now we've lost a bit of time. We're about 7 or 8 tenths now behind the front two. We know Enzo Gibbert's quick, but he's right behind us, so we're in P3. We don't want to lose out on a podium. That's what we want. We're eyeing up a podium from this race if we can. We get the run through the long right-hander. We just got to try and close back in with these guys ahead of us if we can. We're hoping that Enzo isn't going to fight us and he's going to sort of slot in behind us. But we've got a good run down the back straight.
Gibbert and Christopher have got to try and work together here and hope that the front two get side by side. They absolutely are. Dixon back into the lead, like he was in race number 1, but it slowed the pack down. So Adam Christopher has caught up. Enzo Gibbert has caught up. Temenga, Paul Matthews, Page, and Mark Cloud. The front 8 separated by about 2 seconds. Front 9, 2.8, 3.3 for the top 10. The whole field separated by 8.9. So nobody's really fallen off. So we go across the line. 10 minutes left to go in this race.
So we are now right behind the front two again. We've just got to try and stay in the toe. I don't know how long we can hold on to these guys for because, yeah, we don't believe we're as quick as them. But at the moment, we're being a bit flattered. So Dylan makes a move on Bo Dixon. Enzo's going to make the move on us. It's turn 1.
Move being made by Dylan DaCosta. A move being made by Enzo Gibbert as well. And I think Bo Dixon might be under pressure down towards turn 2. Bo Dixon in that black car in second position. Not sure Enzo's quite close enough. Adam Christopher should back out and realistically just try and tuck in, try and get the slipstream. He almost wants to try and drag these away and make it a 4-horse race for a win and not get the second group involved. So if the front group are patient here, there's no reason for them to be worried about another group of cars. So it can be all about these 4, more chance of winning. If you make it 8 to 10, obviously it's less chance of winning, more chance of wrecks as well. Down towards turn number 3 we will go. And right now, Enzo Gibbert is about to make it a French 1-2. It is. So Gibbert and Dylan DaCosta are P1 and P2. Bo Dixon is in 3rd. Adam Christopher is in 4th. It is France versus England as it stands. France came out on top in the first race. Will they come out on top in the second race?
So the 2 French drivers for TX3 Motorsport hit the front, 1st and 2nd. Ourselves and Bo Dixon, 3rd and 4th. We're still hanging on to these guys. While we've got the toe, it's working for us. We've now dropped the guys in 5th back. 1.2, 1.3, 1.5 seconds back to Temenga. This is good. It just depends on how long we can actually make this happen for. So we get a good run now through towards the back straight towards the end of the lap. We're happy to just sit here. We don't want to disrupt the flow of these guys. We get really run wide. Look at that. We're so on it. We're trying our best to just stick with them as best we can. Coming down to the right-hander. Everyone jumps on the brakes. It's all sort of line of stern at the moment. Let's just try and stay with them while we've got the toe. That's all we need. We just need to get off that final corner and make sure we have a good run and we can stay with these 3. But we are enjoying running with these 3 and our heart rate is through the effing roof right now. Through the final corner.
Through the final corner we will go. We will go on board with our leaders. So Dylan DaCosta versus Enzo Gibbert. You can check out their stats here. Not been racing here overly too long. So Dylan DaCosta's got 4 races under his belt. He's managed to get 1 win in that time. Enzo Gibbert has got 2 races under his belt and he's got 2 race victories. So it's a 100% record for Enzo Gibbert. Very quick driver indeed. And he'll be looking to add another one to that list. So actually, this is his 3rd race, so this will be 3 races, 3 out of 3. from the first race, because that won't be out until tomorrow. So effectively it'll be 4 races by the end of today. Enzo Gibbert still leading the way then as it stands. France is too strong. We'll see. We'll see. You certainly won't get the white flag being waved by the Brits, but you might be getting that from the French. Who knows?
For the first time, we're just going to try our luck. We're going to send it down the outside, round the outside of Bo Dixon. Can we get Dylan DaCosta? No, we can't. Bo's still on the inside of us, but we're now just going to brake early. Look, we're just going to lift off, have a little feather on the brake, slot back in again. No point losing time to the front two. Let's just slot back in and carry on. It was worth a little sniff. Worth a little sniff down the outside, see if we can make something happen. Nearly did, but let's just settle back in again now. What we got left? 6 minutes. So we're just still line astern. We're just waiting for the right opportunity. Like I said, the two teammates will try and work together. Well, we say that. Look, Dylan DaCosta sends it straight down the inside of Enzo Gibbert, which takes the position, takes the lead. That will hold them up a little bit. Remember, this is an individual championship. There's no team points on this. We're going to get round through to the right-hander. We've got to try and be as fast as we can through this to stay with these guys. Have we got the apex? We've just maybe missed it a little bit. Oh, just touched the grass. We're with them still. We're with them.
But again, it is just Enzo Gibbert, Dylan DaCosta working together nicely. Oh, no, they're not. There's contact between the teammates. Dylan DaCosta, who's just been sent off into oblivion. Will he get onto the back of the train, though? Ooh. He might just about be on the back of the train.
So the two teammates come together. We are now P3. Bo Dixon sizing up Enzo Gibbert for the win. We just need to settle in. We get a shit run off the final corner. So annoying. Look at us. We're fuming with that. That was our opportunity to really put pressure on these front two. We've lost loads of ground. Going up to nearly 3/10. We've still got the toe. But annoyingly, we've also now got Dylan DaCosta within half a second of us. So he'll be collecting the toe from us. What can we make up? We've just got to close back in now. We've just got to try and be nice and tidy through these corners to make sure we stay in that slipstream. We get a good run into turn one. Really good run through turn one. That closes in on them. So we've easily got the toe. See, we're just settling ourselves in for the final stint here. We're feeling this. We're sweating buckets. We've got a pounding heart rate, and we've got a great run off of that corner. So now, Bo Dixon, what's he going to do? Is he going to try and send one down the inside of Enzo Gibbert? Coming down to the left hand, to the 90 left. He is going to look to the inside. What should we do? Should we go to the inside of the pair of them? Yeah, why not? See if we can get it done on the brakes. On the brakes, nearly locking it all up. We get the apex done. The pair of them come back up the inside of us. Now we're 3 abreast as we were going into the corner, into the left-hander, and we all end up back in the same formation that we were in 2 corners ago.
Dylan DaCosta is thankful that these are fighting like this because he's now back in. Front 4 separated by absolutely nothing. We're about to see a bit of a classic finish again, I think, for our second race of the day.
So Dylan DaCosta in a rush, sent down the inside of us. We let him have that. No point scrapping and losing time, but we actually lose too much time there. Look at that. They're a second ahead, the front two now. We cannot lose this toe. We've got to just try and get the best run we can through this long right-hander. Carousel going onto the back straight. We've still got the toe, but we have lost a bit of time, guys. We have lost a bit of time. Look, it's not looking good. We still want that podium. Stuff the podium now. We're eyeing up a win. We've already made one lunge for the lead and managed to get it done for a split second. Now in front of us, Dylan DaCosta has a slowdown penalty, which is why he checks up there, takes it there. We decide not to send it on him. That was a very last-minute decision. That really caught us off guard. But we decided not to send it on him when he has his slowdown penalty, just to slot him behind. But we didn't get a great run again because it caught us off guard. So again, we've lost time on him. So still in P4, a second behind the front two. But hopefully we're going to get pulled along by Dylan DaCosta. What can we make happen as we come up to the line? Dylan DaCosta closing in. The front two are now side by side. That is exactly what we need as we go on to the final lap of this race. What can we make happen? We've got to close in. We've got to try and get the podium. Dare I say even the win. What will happen?
You can see the Bo is going to go all the way around the outside here. Gibbert's going to have to leave the room. Dylan DaCosta waiting to pounce like a panther. Really close between them all. And are we going to see a potential race-winning move? I think if you're leading onto that final corner, you're pretty good. I think you're pretty good. You're pretty good to manage it. Adam Christopher, though, with 4th position, will still feel like he's got an opportunity to win this race. Bo Dixon pulls out the slipstream. Enzo Gibbert forces him to take the outside line. And look at Dylan DaCosta. DaCosta is not... Well, he's absolutely going to make this 3-1. There's contact between those two teammates again. Dylan DaCosta's just taken out Enzo Gibbert. He's taken out Bo Dixon. And Adam Christopher has just had his birthdays, Christmases, and Easters all rolled into one.
But in our excitement, we've managed to get a slowdown penalty. We've got to give up over 4 tenths back because we cut that corner. Completely distracted us. We're going to do it here. What have we got back? 1.8 seconds, no, less than a second to Enzo Gibbert. We take the speed off now. We're giving back the time. Look in the mirror. He sends it on us. That unsettles the rear of the car. We've managed to hold it. We've got 3-4 more corners left. Can we hold out for the win? Wow, we've got 2 tenths back to Enzo now. 3 more corners to go. We've just got to keep it tidy.
Can Adam Christopher hang on for a very famous victory? Merely a few corners to go, keeps it together, and he is golden. It's all about that final corner, though.
It is all about that final corner, but first of all, we've got this long straight here. He's in the slipstream. We need to try... Well, we're not trying to defend. We have to defend it. So even if we go to the inside line, we're going to make sure we go nice and deep. We'll not give him the opportunity to get around the outside of us. We keep the position for now.
Enzo Gibbert not quite close enough to take advantage here. Dylan DaCosta slowly closing in. And is there one more twist to this race? Adam Christopher will go defensive. He will be slower on the exit, though. But can he hang on? Slipstream is very strong around here. And as we come up over the hill, Adam Christopher trying to break that toe. It is going to be a drag race. Who's going to get the job done? They're coming up towards the start-finish straight. They're over the grid slots. And it's going to be Adam Christopher. He does take the race win. Oh, wow. Incredible. Incredible stuff. It's P1 then for Christopher. Enzo Gibbert is going to take P2.
What a race. As our car just spins out into turn 1 and breathe. And as we break our camera with our excitement. Guys, what a race. What a race. I can't remember having a race as good as that in one of our leagues. So we take the win. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to like. That definitely deserves a like. Remember to subscribe as well. Tune in next week. All the best.